What's happening, guys? This is your boy FX. Welcome back to another week, another episode. People wanna be forecasting just a random analysis of what you'll be expecting this week. Nonetheless, guys, last week was actually a good week. We had NFP on Friday, and also roughly we actually made money last week, guys. So right now, without wasting much further time, I'll just dive in deeper in the analysis of some pairs. So basically, as a starter, let's start with USDJPY. So guys, apparently analyzing the markets, let me just look at DXY, the dollar index, right? So the dollar index, guys, let me just remove drawings, right? So since I trade the USD pairs, I need to monitor DXY. I need to know how DXY is responding, how DXY is actually playing out. Since I trade the USD pairs, I need to consider DXY as an element or as an indicator of what I can expect on USDJPY, what I can expect on gold, what I can expect on other USD pairs. So currently, I'll just mark out my zones. I'll just mark out my zones on on DXY right now. I'll just mark out my zones. Okay, it looks like this area is so strong. That's the reason now we are rejecting of it. You see, because here it gave us a push to the upside bounce, then after that it gave us another bounce. So since in the past it gave us a bounce, we can expect another bounce of it. But should the market break below, then we know that it's now bearish DXY. So currently I've seen that okay, DXY was trending in a bullish momentum. Like in the past, DXY was kind of bullish, but with the breakout retest, and according to what I know about breakout retest, the market has to complete what you call the right angle triangle strategy or the 90%. So let me just try to make sure that it's actually a bit clear. 90% or something like this, whereby the market has to fill in the 90%, then it can actually reverse, right? So understanding that this is actually applicable to our current chart. So since in the past we are seeing that this area was once a support, then here it's now a resistance. So we can expect it to just give us a retest of the zone and to continue with sales, right? That's according to support and resistance. That's according to market structure. That's according to the trend. So focusing on the current trend right now, we're actually seeing that the market is bearish because we are seeing that the market gave us a lower high, then the market gave us a lower low, then a lower high. Now we're at a lower low. So at a lower low, we tend to look for buys from a lower low, but that's counter trend. However, I advise people to actually follow the trend by trading with the trend. So we need to wait for a lower high, then we take sales, isn't it? Follow the trend. So apparently we can actually just note these 2 points over there. We can just connect this low. We can just connect these 2 low points, something like this. This is my current structure on the dollar. So we are now bearish, but we're at a lower low. So understanding that we're at a lower low, I'll just mark out some other sensitive areas. This one here, I'm sure there's a sensitive zone. Let me just try to zoom out, cater for my areas, cater for these areas, guys. These are key areas whereby we need to actually take note of these areas for entries and for potential reversals in the future. Understanding this concept, then this makes me drop to H4, whereby I'm gonna actually start to actually see what's the possible trend on the dollar. So on the dollar, guys, I'm seeing that okay, we are at a support, 2 supports, the horizontal support and the vertical support. So currently I can actually tell that okay, dollar index was bearish. We're kind of bearish. Dollar index we're kind of bearish, like trends and trends strategy, we're kind of bearish. So right now on it, I'll just mark out this low point over here, isn't it? Because it was once a low. Then I'll just dive into maybe to H1, because we're now looking for entries. We have seen that okay, we have actually hit the overall low, but right now we can actually tell that okay, we're in a bearish trend on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. So we're actually kind of seeing like more of a double bottom breakout retest. But okay, For us to actually find a nice entry, we need to see the market breaking above this high over there. So for the dollar, we can expect a correction, like a counter trend on the dollar. This is a counter trend on the dollar. We can expect something like this on the dollar index, isn't it? Then we trade the overall sales, because after an impulse move we expect a correction, right? After an impulse move we expect a correction. So with the impulse move to the downside, this is the impulse move to the downside, then we expect a correction, then we expect an impulse move, then we expect a correction. This is how the market moves, isn't it? That's how the market moves when it's trending, isn't it? So this is basically the dollar. So dollar will be expecting some bullish momentum. Then should the dollar respect this current high over here, the zone, the small zone, then we can expect a break in, retest, and then we continue sales. Why am I saying a break in? Because it has broken out of this inner bearish trend. So we need to see a break in, retest, and then that's a breakout, retest of this bearish trend, isn't it? Let me just show you guys. There's a lot of sayings of break-ins and breakouts. Okay, so breaking, we're breaking back into the overall bearish trend, this more bearish trend over here. Then the breakout, retest, it's of the overall bearish trend, like this one. You see this one over here, bigger time frame, the breakout, retest of the zone, breakout, retest of the trend line, then we check sales, isn't it? So let me just put this thing over here. So we can expect something like this, a breakout, retest of the zone, isn't it? Something like this over there. Something like this, breakout, retest. Should the market respect that area? That's the dollar. So understanding that the dollar might reverse, this actually gives me a hint on what I can expect on USDJPY, what I can expect in USD franc, what I can expect on at the USDPS, right? So I just want to make sure that I've highlighted all my key sensitive zones. Okay. So guys, I'm actually saying, okay, I need to cater for this area to. It's a zone. There's a zone from the zone. There is a zone. I hadn't catered for it. Let's go back to H4. I need to update that area. So okay, you see, this one is kind of tricky now because I have highlighted that zone, but this area can also give us sales where I've put the zone, isn't it? So should the market respect this area, we can take sales this zone, but should the market break out to just of this high point here, we can take buy. So let me just put the arrow like double bottom, breakout, retest, then we can have our buy to the upside on that dollar. So let's look forward to other pairs. Let's start with USDJPY, isn't it? So the USDJPY, guys, overall I would like to start from higher time frame, right? Understanding the current structure from the bigger time frame. So guys, I want to teach you something. Isn't it when the market breaks out and retest, just to complete what I call the 90%? This one after breakout retest, just to complete the 90%. You see, it came back to where it started. So I can even expect this one also to even drop up to here, but we are trading from a weekly time frame. Whenever the market drops, okay, here you see this one wasn't a clear breakout retest. You see, the market was actually continuing with the uptrend. But considering the current structure right now, I'm actually saying, okay, the market is giving us a lower high because it's not past the previous high point. So we can call this one a lower high. Then also we can just mark out this overall low, isn't it? Then from this area we can also mark out this zone over there. We can also mark out let's just keep it simple for the meantime. Let's just keep it simple. Let's mark our key levels, our zones. We can also mark out, okay, let's mark out this area over here. Let's mark out our line chart or reversal points. Something like this, right? Okay, so let's take it back to daily, then we adjust, right? So current, I'm actually seeing that okay. On the daily we kinda had a bullish trend, but we've broken out of the bullish trend. So this is giving us the bearish trend, right? We are seeing some formation of lower lows and lower highs. This is how the market is moving, giving us some lower low, lower high, lower low. So we expect a pullback, then we check more sales on USDJPY. So USDJPY is bearish. I can actually tend to cater for this point. I need to cater for this point, so we can expect a pullback to this area, because this one is looking more like a zone. We've got a nice zone over here, we've got a zone over here, so we can expect a pullback to the zone, a pullback to this zone over there, then we take our nice sales, isn't it? So after getting, let's just try to put a trend line from here. Maybe we can cater for this area, something like this, isn't it? So let's just keep it simple, something like this. So we can expect a lower high, then we take our sales, but we should just follow what the market is actually saying, not what we wanna predict. So I can actually expect sales from this zone over there, isn't it? Yes, trends in trends. We can also try to put something like this, a touch over there, but I believe that we can expect sales from this area. That's on USDJPY. Because overall, the higher time frame are bearish. H4, we've got a zone which we need to retest, like on the daily. We've got a zone which we need to retest on the daily time frame. Then H4, we're currently in a bearish trend, so we need the third touch, which I'm not sure where we'll get the third touch, but our entries from the trend line touch, we've got a zone over there. Then you can expect our sales, isn't it? That's on USDJPY. This week, USDJPY, we expect sales. Then the other view is, should the market actually break out of the bearish trend, the small bearish trend which we are anticipating, then we can take buys from this zone, breakout retest this area, then we take buys, isn't it? That's more of a scalp trade, because we are counter trending, because overall we are bearish. So a breakout retest, that's when we take our sales. Okay, let me just put it a bit shorter, something like this. Okay, that's on USDJPY. Let me just delete the first thing. Okay, yes, buys, we can look for a breakout retest, then we take our buys, isn't it? But sales, we need to take sales from the resistance area over there. That's our actual EF sales, because we are trading with the trend. There's a zone, isn't it? So we can also look at EURJPY. Okay, EURJPY, I'll start from a weekly time frame right now. So weekly on EURJPY, I'm actually seeing that, okay, I'm seeing that the market is usually reversing from this point. From this point, this is our low point, over our low point. Then you can also cater for our over our highest point. Then we also put a line chart to cater for actual reversal points. Then let's start analyzing. Let's start marking our key points. These are areas where the market is once touched and reversed, isn't it? Okay, there's something like this. Okay, okay, something like this. Then okay, so from a weekly, it looks like we're kind of consolidating in this range over here, guys. It's more of a consolidation chain in this range over here. But let's dive in deeper to lower time frames. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to a daily. We can actually cater for the overall highest point. I'm seeing a touch over there. 1 2 3 third touch over there on this pay. 1 2 3 third touch. Then also let me take it to a weekly. There's a zone where it is currently. There's a zone over here. There's a weekly zone. I want you guys to identify this weekly zone. There's a zone over here. There's a zone. Support, resistance, support, resistance. Like there's a zone. You see, there's a zone. So currently I'm actually be anticipating sales on EURJPY. Then okay, then maybe we can cater for this thing. You can wait for a breakout retest. We are in a bullish trend on EURJPY. plus considering the candlestick which you formed from the resistance touch of the trend line, there was an impulse move here, the bearish engulfing. So we can expect a low high, but should the market break out and maybe retest there, then you can take your sales, isn't it? That's the setup which I can be anticipating on EURJPY. Then should the market even break out retest of the overall bearish trend, we can be expecting buys. Okay, let's do the proper analysis. Because currently we're at a resistance, we've got two resisting areas here. So a proper end will be a breakout, a pullback, that's a retest. Breakout, retest, then you plug your entries. That's my analysis on EURJPY. Breakout, the stop loss just above, of course, the previous low. Then you can be targeting the 90% low, isn't it? Then should the market then break out retest of the overall trend, you can be expecting the market to remain in the bullish trend, right? Then a breakout retest of the trend line, then you can be expecting buys to the upside, isn't it? Because you can be actually respecting the bullish trend which we have over here. But the fact that we're at resistance, we need to have a breakout retest to check ourselves. That's the setup on EURJPY as for now. Then we can also be analyzing USD Swiss. Let's just start from a day. Let's just mark out this area of a year. Let's just mark out this area of points of a year. We've broken out of the bullish trend, right? So currently we're bearish. So actually saying that USD Swiss franc, USDJPY, and that dollar index, they actually move same direction, isn't it? Because all of these are being influenced by that dollar index. So currently we're at a low point, because this low point actually is a reversal area. So then on the H4, so we can be expecting some reversals. Let's just mark out this area like this. We're in a bearish trend currently. We're in a bearish trend. Okay, let's do this. So this area over here is a lower high. Let's just mark out this area over here as a lower high. Okay, that's a lower high over here. So currently the market gave us a lower low over here. So we need first to actually be looking for sales. We need to take sales from a high point, that's a lower high. This is a zone. So I can be anticipating that should the market come here, like I'll look for selling opportunities to the downside. So I can be actually anticipating something like this on USD Swiss. Remember, this is one also. So it depends on how the market will open. It depends on how the market will open. Because considering higher time frame, we will need to actually come and we had the retest, break below retest only, like with the support level over here, then the market bounce back, then with the break below retest. So we need to come and the retest that's low over here, then we break below and continue the trend. So basically this is the analysis for this week on USDJPY, USD Swiss franc, EURJPY, and that dollar. Signing out.